What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige with Paige, and today we're going to be doing the Backstage Book Tag. I was tagged by Antonisha La'Shay from Mrs. Moody Reader, and I'm so excited to do this tag, so I'll leave a link to her video as well as Rainier Books, who was the original creator of this tag, as well as to the questions in the description box below. So let's dive in. The first question is, what camera do you use to film your videos? So for me, I use the Canon G7X Mark II. I'm so thankful my partner and April and Kara and his family all chipped in to be able to get me this as a Christmas present, and I can't believe that, like, they did this for me. Previously I was filming on my iPhone 6s, which was interesting because the battery life on it, I literally would have it plugged into the wall with an extension cord for the charger to be able to film, because the battery would die like that. So yeah, I've upgraded significantly, and it's amazing. No one needs like a fancy dancy camera. I don't actually know how to utilize this more, but yeah, I love it, and I'm so thankful that my family and friends thought that, you know, they wanted to invest in this for my hobby, which is just really heartwarming. But you don't need a good quality camera or anything to make BookTube videos. You can just film on your phone or whatever you have accessible to your webcam. But yeah, I have this, and the second question is, speaking about filming and being your own director, do you have a favorite film director? And for me, not really. I don't pay attention to that sort of thing. I rarely watch movies or TV shows to begin with. I went and looked at the directors for my like 4 favorite movies, and none of them were the same, so that's great. The only one that I found that had a continual span of movies that I like from them was Chris Columbus. He did Mrs. Doubtfire, Harry Potter 1 and 2, as well as The Help, so I really enjoy those movies. So I suppose if I had to think of a director, that would be him. But yeah, I really don't know. There's one particular writer, I can't remember her name, but she did She's the Man, Legally Blonde, 10 Things I Hate About You, and I think Mean Girls. So I like her writing, but in terms of directing, I'd just go with Chris Columbus. He's like the only one that I actually know. Number 3 is, what microphone do you use and what programs do you use to edit your videos? So I don't have a microphone. Whatever's built into this beautiful camera is what I've got. I have noticed an increase in the quality since switching from the 6S to this camera, which is great. That's just something that I like. Unfortunately, it does pick up on my ums and ahs, but that's fine. We just edit those out. Editing program, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm okay with it. I think, like, one, I either want to invest in a software that's less prone to crashing. I've had a lot of issues with it. Or 2, just improve my skills on editing so I can do more things. I really don't. I do the bare minimum, like, nah. Recently I did the 5-star prediction video and I overlaid the original video. That's as fancy as I get. I can't even do those fancy transition screen things that tell you the questions of your fucking tags. I just leave them in the description for you to peruse. But yeah, that's what I've got. So definitely once my master's ends, I'm really excited to actually expand my learning and have that motivation and time to be able to learn how to edit, whether I stick with Premiere Pro or move to a different software. Number 4 is, do you remember the first record you bought or received as a gift? No. I grew up on CDs and cassettes, not records. My dad had an extensive collection of records, but we never used them in the house. We just didn't have a record player. I think he might have sold it, but he had still collected them from when he was young. So don't have any of that. The only one I can remember that has a story attached to it, which I might as well just divulge, is Led Zeppelin 4, so this one. My dad was going through his collection, and my partner at the time, not Ash, decided to go through and just have a look, and he found Led Zeppelin 4, and my dad's like, here, just have it. And he was like dying. He really loved this album. I don't really listen to Led Zeppelin, so I can't say if that was like a monumental thing or not, but yeah, that was just a gift that my dad gave, which I thought was really nice. Number 5, how do you prepare for your videos? Do you use talking points, a detailed script, or just talk? So for this, my tag, I have the actual questions printed out, and I did write some talking points. However, most of my wrap-ups, hauls, TBR games can't be scripted. Any of that, that's all just me talking whatever comes to the top of my mind. Sometimes I hate it because I don't feel like I'm a very articulate person, so it can get really, really frustrating. Stumbling over the words time and time again, just not being able to conceptualize it and present it in the way that I want to say it. But at the same time, I'm too lazy to write a whole fucking script before I begin. Like, I know people copy and paste the synopsises, they memorize it, they rehearse it. Fuck that shit. This is my hobby. I already don't have enough time as it is. She says that she's doing fucking VEDA. I just talk. If it's a tag, I will write the questions out and usually have my answers popped in there just so I can get the books together before I have to actually do the tag. But aside from that, most of the time it's just whatever's up here comes out here. Very dangerous. Number 6, TV shows have become a thing of our time. Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, Netflix, HBO, and Amazon. What is or are your favorite TV shows ever? Name a maximum of 3. I don't watch TV. I get very intimidated at the thought of having to sit through 16 seasons of 20, like 14, 15, 20-minute episodes. Like that is, I can't pay attention for that long. I can't even sit for a 20-minute block knowing that I'm just gonna have to keep going and keep going and keep going. Like, no. I did as a kid or as a teenager more. It was weekly, and so I would watch maybe an hour of TV a week, and that would be my shows. They were Castle and Criminal Minds. Originally there was also Grey's Anatomy, but that's definitely fell by the wayside. I haven't followed it since like season 4 or 5. Like Castle, I've seen the first 2 and then some of the later seasons. Criminal Minds, I've seen about 5 seasons. As cast change and things like that, my interest waxes and wanes. If I was living at home, would make a significant difference because my parents would like actually have the TV on and I'll be like, oh, can we watch this? But aside from that, like, no. The only thing that I will religiously watch when I'm at my parents' is Tipping Point. Number 7, what kind of BookTube videos do you prefer to watch and why? Reviews, wrap-ups, vlogs, book hauls, tag videos, or whatever else. So, I don't watch wrap-ups or singular book reviews. I don't know, like, because my favorite videos to watch are TBR games. So I hear what everyone's excited to read. I don't actually see if they read it though, which is, yeah, a bit of an error on my part. And singular book reviews, I just don't want to be spoiled if I haven't read it. I understand people still do spoiler free, but for me, it's like, I have so many books. I'm happy to go in blind, like completely blind. So yeah, it's just not something that's ever caught my fancy. Tags, I love, I think they're fantastic. I think that people give them shit for being a lazy type of video, but no, you still get to talk about amazing books, so that's fine. Book hauls and unhauls I have found a new love for because living vicariously through, and unhauls are just so satisfying. I never understood why they got so many views, but now I do because it's so cathartic watching someone else just go through and wipe out their shelves. But yeah, TBR games, I religiously subscribe to people who have one and will put them in my watch later and then spend the next 2 weeks trying to play catch up. Oh, and vlogs I never watch. I don't know why. I think like I used to watch every single video that was in my watch later or in my subscription feed, and then as I've started BookTube, as I've started reading more, if I've taken more on my plate, I just don't have the time. So vlogs were the first thing to go. I really enjoy seeing people's lives and, you know, it's really nice, but that's also why I don't do them as well. They take too much time. I do watch all videos on 2x speed regardless, but even then it's like there is an hour and a half of footage for some of them. There will be the occasional one like Mrs. Moody Reader or Ashley's and Gavin's moving vlogs I did watch, but I sort of was in a position where I had the time to be able to and would put them on in the background and just listen rather than being there actively engaging with it. So yeah. Number 8 is watching TV was probably a part of all of our childhoods. These years it's become less popular. What kind of media user are you? Yeah, I watched a lot of TV as a kid. Teenage sort of had quite a few shows that I really loved. 6 days I would literally just spend on the couch zonked out and just put the TV on. But I cannot remember the last time that I actually sat down and actively watched a TV show that wasn't Tipping Point. So my media consumption, I don't watch Netflix. I have watched Hamilton on Disney Plus, but yeah, my media is YouTube. That is what I dedicate all of my time to watching if I'm going to watch something, and I love it. I think it's fantastic, and I love being able to see just regular individuals just going about their day, doing their thing, and talking about things that they're passionate about, which I feel is what most YouTube channels are. That was the Backstage Book Tag. I hope you found something interesting in this random slew of information that I have presented to you. So yeah, this was day 3 of VEDA, and I hope you enjoy the upcoming videos. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite kind of BookTube video to watch? Are you a wrap-up whore and you love those vlogs? Or are you like me and just go towards the TBR games, the hauls, the short and sweets, I suppose. Well, some TBR games they can get a little out of hand. So my VEDA code word for today is essential. So jot that down. It's interesting being at the very beginning of VEDA and knowing the plans that I have the rest of the time. So yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments your favorite kind of BookTube videos to watch, and if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, you will be seeing it for the rest of the month, so feel free to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video tomorrow. Bye!